Welcome to this Tybootha presentation where we will discuss Rabindranath Tagore's Sadhana, the realization of life, a path to spiritual unity and self-realization.
hmm
Our source today is a summary prepared by James Michael, who's an author of numerous books and poetry collections available on Amazon.
Right. And Tagore's Sadhana, it's such a compelling work.
It really is. It dives deep into, well, true spiritual understanding, draws from Vedanta, that Indian philosophical tradition.
About interconnectedness, yeah. But it feels so universal, so personal.
Exactly. It's not just theory, is it? The summary emphasizes it's about actively cultivating a spiritual life, an active discipline.
It absolutely is. James Michael's summary really nails this. Sadhana isn't passive belief. It's a conscious daily practice. It takes real effort, you know?
Effort to do what
Well,
exactly?
to look beyond the ego, to really embrace these deeper spiritual truths with like heartfelt aspiration. It's not just agreeing intellectually, it's doing.
Okay, so it's a practice, a doing. And a core idea seems to be that what we usually think of as real life, the material stuff, our thoughts, that's not the full picture.
Not at all. He suggests true life, the real realization, is found when we look beyond the purely physical or intellectual levels.
So how do we find that? What does Tago point towards?
It involves seeing life itself as a kind of divine manifestation, recognizing the sacred unity in, well, everything. That transforms just ordinary existence, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can see that. The summary talks about dissolving the illusion of separation.
Mm-hmm. That's key. The separation between us, the individual, and this larger universal self or spirit.
And when that illusion starts to dissolve,
You naturally find more harmony with nature, with other people, with whatever you conceive of as the divine. It's like shedding limitations.
which leads to real freedom.
That's the idea. True freedom comes from realizing that connection, that unity. You're no longer trapped in that small sense of self.
And love plays a big role here. The summary mentions it's like a connecting force.
Oh, absolutely central. Tagore sees love as the dynamic principle, the energy that actually connects all beings.
So not just a feeling, but something active.
Exactly. It's selfless, creative.
Mhm.
It actively dissolves those barriers we put up. It's what
Mhm.
drives, spiritual progress.
James Michael's summary also brings up intuition. How does that fit in?
Tagore really prioritizes intuition, doesn't he? And direct experience, that inner knowing.
Over, say, rigid dogma or rituals.
Yes. He suggests your own inner revelation, your personal connection, is a more reliable guide than just external authorities or fixed practices. It
Yeah.
fosters a direct link.
Which sounds very liberating. The summary connects spirituality with freedom and creativity.
It is. For Tagore, spirituality isn't confinement. It's about breaking free. Free from routine, free to express truth and joy spontaneously.
Like reflecting the divine's own creativity.
Precisely. It's a creative process itself, this spiritual path.
Now, the summary also mentions Tagore had some critiques regarding institutional religion.
He did. While deeply spiritual himself, he was wary of how organized religion could sometimes, get stuck in dogmatism.
And potentially create more separation instead of less.
Right. Losing touch with the living essence, the core of faith. He was really calling for something more renewed, inclusive, a universal spirituality beyond sectarian lines.
Okay. So, pulling it all together from James Michael's summary, Sadhana is fundamentally a guide to realizing our unity with everything
Yeah, through developing love, trusting intuition.
and transforming ourselves inwardly.
Exactly. Breaking down those barriers, seeing the sacredness in life. It's about finding freedom from the ego's grip
Embracing that interconnectedness.
and living with more, well, joy and creativity, seeing our lives as expressions of the divine.
So here's a final thought for you listening. Consider how actively cultivating love and listening to your own intuition in your daily life. How might that actually shift your perception of unity with the world around you, just as Tagore suggests in Sadhana?